So I was watching the Dodgers versus Rockies game yesterday, and out of nowhere, a catastrophe happened. Ha!
Shut up!
What's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. If this is your first time on the channel, do not be afraid to hit that subscribe button because this is a series where we recap the best baseball news from the day before and any breaking news that we can talk about, so don't be afraid to stick around. We have a lot to talk about today. Astros must have thought that they were the Houston Texans yesterday. Look at Carlos Correa demolishing Matt Chapman, so we're going to go ahead and break down that, as well as Blake Snell getting pulled before the 5th inning. I am sure that Kevin Cash is smiling right now. And then also, a rookie made history yesterday for the Chicago White Sox. He went 5 for 5. I mean, the pressure did not faze him at all. We also have to talk about Major League Baseball getting rid of the All-Star game in Atlanta, Georgia. It's very political. It's very controversial. But like I mentioned, MLB is in fact moving the All-Star game out of Atlanta. At this moment in time, we do not have confirmation as to where it's going to be held. They are going to provide a lot of support to the city of Atlanta because we all know that the All-Star game is a huge revenue driver, and it was supposed to honor Hank Aaron. So a lot of people from Atlanta are annoyed, but it seems like everyone else is not annoyed. I mean, hashtag boycott MLB was even trending. Let me know in the comment section what you think. I wanted to bring it up, but that's where we're going to leave it because, again, not trying to be that guy. Before we talk about some other MLB news, let me bring up this college highlight real quick. I just saw it on Twitter, and I thought it was very unfortunate, but also a little bit funny. His cleat got stuck in the fence, and that resulted in an inside the park home run. They did not call the play dead because the ball wasn't stuck. His cleat was. Sixto Sanchez is unfortunately going to miss some time with a shoulder injury. He had an MRI and the results came back a whole lot better, so it's probably going to be a week or two until he sees some action. So he is already losing ground on the Rookie of the Year award, and when you're facing Brian Hayes and Dylan Carlson and they're both raking to start 2021, yeah, it's going to be a mountain to climb if you want to win that award. We also have Fernando Tatis Jr. almost getting injured. I think Jorge Mateo, the left fielder of the Padres, actually got the worst of it as he kind of had to just sit there and recuperate. And yeah, I thought Fernando Tatis Jr. was injured, but fortunately the baseball gods were lenient. He is a superstar talent, and if he plays 150 games, I mean, this dude's gonna set records. And then also Eloy Jimenez, we know a few weeks ago he tore his shoulder, and then the White Sox put out a tweet that they have a signed jersey and glove in the dugout, and I was just thinking, yo, is Eloy dead? And then they put out another tweet that he was always in their thoughts and prayers or something like that. Like, I know that Eloy Jimenez is not going to be with the team for a while and that he was hurt, but they make it seem like he's not with us anymore. Sticking with the White Sox, yesterday's game versus the Angels was a whole lot of fun. Jose Abreu, the reigning MVP, he is back and ready for business with a grand slam. Albert Pujols does hit home run number 663, but unfortunately, when you have Jose Abreu driving in 4 RBIs and then rookie Yermin Mercedes going 5 for 5 with 4 RBIs in his debut, that is special talent. I mean, they have so many guys. Even Andrew Vaughn made his debut yesterday, but no one talked about him because he went hitless, and he's going to be special as well. Now, one player I do want to talk about that is not very positive, Johann Mencada of the Chicago White Sox went 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts. So I had to look this up. That is called the Platinum Sombrero. So 4 strikeouts is the Golden Sombrero. Johann Mencada ended yesterday with the Platinum Sombrero. That's the first that I've ever seen. Now, a few other notes that I do want to bring up real quick. Hopefully MLB does not copyright strike me because I'm trying to show just a little bit more footage. Please, MLB, be lenient on me. Michael Kopic returned for the Chicago White Sox, pumping gas. He looks electric. I'm so excited for his future. He is going to be stupid good. And then Shohei Ohtani, who was looking very rough to start the season, hit an absolute bomb off Liam Hendricks. That is not easy to do, and it just shows how good Ohtani can be when he's on top of his game. I am rocking out with the Orioles hat today because I wanted to show some support to Trey Mancini, who played in his first game since 2019 after recovering from colon cancer. So amazing, amazing feat for him. At one point, he thought that he was never going to be able to play the game of baseball ever again. We saw a really cool moment when Xander Bogaerts got on base and he hugged Trey Mancini. Just awesome. And then the cherry on top, John Means. Yeah, he really meant business yesterday. Just an electric start. One of the best opening day starts for any Orioles pitcher in their franchise's history. Ryan Mountcastle, after a blazing hot start to 2020 in his kind of rookie debut season, drives in a few RBIs, and I really like what the Orioles are doing. They're not going to be very good in 2021, but going forward with their young pitchers and Ali Rutschman in the mix, they could be good maybe in the next 3 or 4 years. What do you guys think? Alex Bregman, I'm going to say this right now. He looks absolutely dialed in, and might I say, he looks downright scary with how much muscle he put on over the offseason and the fact that he is smashing baseballs. And when you combine that with Michael Brantley, who is locked in, he had 3 doubles yesterday, and then Kyle Tucker matched those doubles, but with RBIs. So you have Alex Bregman raking, you have Michael Brantley hitting 3 doubles in one game, Kyle Tucker going off, and then you have Jose Altuve with an absolutely insane play. He tagged on a fly ball to second base. I have no idea what Elvis Andrus was thinking, but Altuve ran at an elite 30.4 feet per second sprint speed. That is ridiculous. That is Luis Robert, Byron Buxton speed. So that's how fast Jose Altuve is. I don't care if you hate him. That is impressive. Now, another thing I want to talk about, the Astros obviously won, but it came at the cost of Matt Chapman's face. So here we can see Carlos Correa definitely was doing some mixed martial arts over the offseason. He's trying to back that up by absolutely decking Matt Chapman. I mean, Matt Chapman did kind of sell it. This was very LeBron James. Blake Snell was pretty good in his debut for the Padres yesterday. He goes 4 2/3 scoreless innings with 8 strikeouts, and he only threw 86 pitches, but then Tinsler took him out the game, so it was very Kevin Cash of him. I'm sure that Kevin Cash is smiling right now like, ha ha ha, that's what you get, Blake Snell, for throwing a tantrum. Your next manager just did the same thing when you only had 86 pitches. Eric Hosmer is finally proving that he is in fact not overpaid. We'll have to wait and see if that actually pans out. He has 3 hits in back-to-back games. He is dialed in. Ketel Marte is also dialed in. He has been raking to start the season, but it's not enough as the Diamondbacks drop their second game. That's just going to be the story of the season for the Diamondbacks. They just can't compete with the Dodgers or the Padres. It's just not going to happen. Speaking of the Dodgers, Trevor Bauer looked angry yesterday. He took a no-hitter into the 6th inning, which is actually tied with Greg Maddux for the longest no-hit start to begin a career as a Dodger. That is second to Ross Stripling. In his first ever start, Ross Stripling went 7 1/3 innings of no-hit baseball, and then everything crumbled in the 7th inning as Trevor Bauer gave up a hit to the other Trevor Story, and then, yeah, 4 home runs later, it was a close ball game. Now, luckily, the Dodgers were able to rally and score a few more runs and secure that W. Gavin Lux is also starting off the season with, I believe, 2 straight multi-hit games, so hopefully Gavin Lux is going to be that rookie that we all expect him to be. One more note I do want to make. They went from Trevor Bauer to David Price. David Price gave up 2 home runs, so he was awful in his debut. But I have to ask, Trevor Bauer to David Price, is that the most expensive starter to reliever combo ever? I feel like that has to be, because Trevor Bauer is getting $40 million, David Price is getting $25 to $30. That's like a $65 to $70 million transaction. The Miami Marlins and the Tampa Bay Rays were going back and forth yesterday. If you did not watch it, it was a wild game. Austin Meadows has a home run in back-to-back games, and then Jazz Chisholm showed off the speed on a triple. Unfortunately for the Marlins, that was not enough to keep them in the lead as the bullpen imploded. Joey Wendell, of all people, goes deep as the Rays complete the comeback in the 9th inning. The Rays are starting off very, very hot. I was writing them off the entire offseason, but that's what they do. They prove the haters wrong. They find a way to win, whether it's by pitching or scoring or with defense or base running. They just find a way to win, and I love that about them. And then finally, Buster Posey and Evan Longoria went yard again in back-to-back games. It really feels like 2012, because in the Angels game, Albert Pujols was intentionally walked. So you have Pujols getting intentionally walked, Buster Posey and Evan Longoria raking. I mean, seriously, it feels like 2012. Yusei Kikuchi had a very nice start, 10 strikeouts. Unfortunately, though, he did give up a few runs, but he was throwing 97. I believe that he's going to have a bounce-back season and build off what he did in 2020. But Longoria, as well as Donovan Solano, they were just a little bit too much for the Mariners to handle, so they get their first one of the season. Talking about the Giants, because obviously the Mariners, they walked off the Giants a few days ago. All right, let's go ahead and end the video with a few web gems. I forgot to show the Didi Gregorius web gem on opening day. I can't believe that I did that because it was so cool. He pretty much made a Willie Mays catch, but at shortstop. And then we also have Rio Ruiz playing his first ever game at second base for the Orioles, making a very nice catch. Now, I guess we'll go ahead and end the video with this day in MLB history. I don't even know what happened. I still have to do that part of the video. But yeah, hopefully something cool happened.
25 years from now, you're going to want to say, I was there when Ken Griffey Jr. made his home debut. So don't forget that on Monday night. There's a drive into the gap in left center field and deep left center field, and Henderson's not going to get to it. It's off the base of the wall, and Griffey to second base in his first major league at bat, a ringing double off the 3.